Hi, this is MICORNUS, the leader and the founder of Church Governance Solutions. We are doing the last part of this great topic. We speak about growth indicators towards Christian maturity. Growth indicators towards Christian maturity. And we have said that this topic is particularly because many people claim to be matured. Many people claim to have reached there, they claim to have arrived when it comes to their Christian maturity. But yet there are a lot of things that they need to check on. And these growth indicators are actually examples of things that you're checking yourself on, you are measuring yourself on in order to claim properly whether you're matured or not. The first one that I want to deal with today as a growth indicator is focus. Focus towards other people, or other people's focus instead of focusing on self. Ability to move from focusing on self to focus on others. And that's a sign of maturity. This is a sign of growing, and it's a growth indicator of any Christian. When you start to move away from being selfish, when you start to move away from pointing at yourself and I most of the time, and start on engaging other people, and start moving on to consider other people as important as well in the equation of your Christian life. You cannot actually ignore other people and claim to be a good Christian, because good Christianity goes along with ability to actually embrace other people, ability to actually make other people be involved as well, to be part of life whereby you respect them, you honor them, and put away that selfish mind of always say I, and forgetting that there are other people in the equation. Now check if you are able to put the needs of other people above your needs, because there are many times that we are so selfish to understand that everything we want to have it first. Everything we want it for ourselves first, but yet we claim to be maturing Christian. Now, growth factor for good maturity of Christians is ability to put the needs of others first before your own needs. When you consider other people, very important as well, that they've got their needs, and therefore you consider that you actually have to serve them first before you serve yourself. This is very, very important. Now, be consistent on that, because if you are consistent on those bases, and you are able to actually look at other people voluntarily as well, without being forced to, because there are some of us who are able actually to see the needs of others and cater to them, but because we are forced to do so. Now, I'm speaking about it must be voluntary. It must be a choice that you choose to say, I want to serve other people. I want to help other people. And I want to make sure that other people are actually gaining out of what I do. And therefore, make sure that you are actually supporting other people in everything that you do. So with a positive attitude is very important as well, because sometimes we do help others, but without positive attitude. We are grumpy in the process while we're helping other people. So it must be with a positive attitude. It must be with a smile. It must be with happiness. It must be with contentment from your heart that you're helping other people freely so, without anybody pushing you. So remember that in the book of Philippians chapter 2, verse 3, as we have mentioned, is the very same chapter that speaks about Jesus humbling himself. It is very important that when you look at the first parts of that chapter, it shows you as well that your attitude should be right. You must have what we call positive attitude at all times when you are helping other people. Very, very important. Now, another indicator of growth in your Christian life, in your walk of Christianity, is how do you deal with money. And money, very, very important that we deal with that. And we speak about that when we come to growth indicators, because it's very important that people understand that money determines your growth and your maturity as well. And that's a growth indicator that many times people ignore in speaking about it. How do you regularly commit significant amounts of your funds into the needy? How do you then commit a significant amount of your money into helping others? Is it for selfish use? How do you use your money? Very important. Now, if you are to look at how matured, how growing you are, you're going to look at where do you spend your money? How do you spend your money? How do you deal with money when you have it? Because that's very important growth indicator as well. That many people can look at themselves on whether you're maturing or not, on how do you deal with your money. Are you able to share that which you have of money with other people? Are you able to meet the needs of other people through your money? Because many times we are praying for money. We're praying actually for prosperity, and we want money and want God to give us breakthroughs financially. But are those finances only for us? Are they only for us and our families? Are those finances only for selfish motives? Are they for us buying things to shine against others? Because sometimes we're praying for money, but the motive is not right. And we are praying so that we can buy things that we can shine against others. We want to buy new cars that we can shine against others. We want to buy new clothing, fashion, and shine against others as well. We have seen this happening. And that's the reason why I want to say how you use your money is actually an indicator whether you're growing or not. It's a growth indicator for any individual. Now, a good Christian who's maturing towards maturity of Christianity is somebody who starts being careful about how they use their money. Use your money for godly purpose. Use your money for the people of God and support the people of God through your money. Are you able to do that? Is not everybody who's able to do that. But we are emphasizing the fact that you need to start channeling your money towards the things of God. And that's very key. And when you start to do that, then that shows an indicator that you're maturing, you're growing, you're getting to become better. And that is very key that we emphasize that as well. Now, remember that your money is actually a dictator in the sense that it can dictate you to deviate against the things of God. But also, it can dictate you, if you don't control, to do things that are actually unbecoming. And that is why people that have money, sometimes they would use it on drugs, use it on alcohol, use it on deviant things in life. And it's not always obvious that when you have money, you're going to use it in the right way. But I'm emphasizing that money can be a growth indicator as well, in the sense of how do you then use your money for the needy, for God's work as well. The book of Malachi, chapter 3, verse 7 to 8, tells you about robbing God. Are we robbing God? Are we not robbing God? It's through your money. And how do you use your money will determine whether you're robbing God or not. Very, very important. Another growth indicator that I want to speak about is your time alone with God and in prayer. And how do you spend your time alone? How do you really share your time to fellowship with God in prayer, in meditation? Are you able to do that? And that becomes very important. And it's a growth indicator, because those people that are growing spiritually, they would love to have their time alone with God. What we call a quiet time is a quiet time in devotion with God. And that's very key. And we're emphasizing this because it's very important that you, as an individual, value the time that you spend with God in your prayer life. And that becomes very key, because that is going to determine whether you grow or not. Are you able to consistently invest quality time alone with God? Are you able to invest quality time reading the Bible, studying the Bible? Are you able to spend a very good time as well, spiritual reading as well, prayer, for instance, and meditation, as of is in the book of Matthew chapter 6, verse 6. Very, very important. Are you able to do that? And that's very key, that you look at how you spend your time and check on how much time do you spend in godly things. How much time do you spend with God? And that's very important in devotion, in prayer, and in reading the Bible as well, and also embarking on godly things with your time. Very, very important that you look at that. The book of Matthew chapter 6, verse 6 really just emphasized that quite enough. Finally, your worldview is actually very, very important. Your mission-mindedness, very, very important. Are you mission-minded? Are you having a worldview that sees God as important? Are you having a worldview that sees the things of God as very key and important? Is it that you just take things light? Is it that everything you just see it as it is? It's very important, because that's going to indicate whether you are growing or not. And as an individual, it is going to be a growth indicator when you are going to start to look at it and say, I am able to be mission minded. I want to do the work of God. I want to carry an ongoing burden for people in other cultures to grow spiritually and to pray for them as well. Are you able to put time aside to pray for others? Intercession. Are you able to intercede for the for the work of God? Are you able to intercede for the mission that is at hand? Outreaches and we're speaking about missionary work as well. Are we able to put time to pray for that? And that's very important. And give time and give your money to missions as well. And are we able to also give our monies to missions? That is going to be showing as a great indicator. And people that are not going to spend anything for the kingdom of God, they are showing the sign of not being matured and not growing. And that's the reason why in your church, if you are listening to us, you must be able to look at activities in the church that need your finances. Put your finances in there, that need your time, spend your time there, and make sure that you are part of what is happening in the kingdom of God. Missions, going out there, preaching the gospel. Let people know your faith and let people be preached to and hear the voice of your preaching right out there to them, whether it's on individual basis or it is a mass crusades. And it's very important that you go out there to deliver the mission of God and to the people. So that will actually determine whether your worldview about missions is very important and your worldview about mission-mindedness, very, very key as well. And that is going to show as an indicator of maturity in your life. I want to end up here today, your host, MICORNUS, PHOKANE, the leader and the founder of Church Governance Solutions. Allow me, just before I check out, to remind you of our social media platforms. Remember, our social media platforms, they are there for you. Our Facebook page, MICORNUS PHOKANE, Facebook page, Church Governance Solutions. Please embark on those, be part of that, and make sure that you are liking them and you are following us there, and you will learn a lot out of that. Our YouTube channel is there with a lot of materials that we have posted in the past. And please browse through that. Make sure that you learn out of that. Remember, our YouTube channel is under MICORNUS PHOKANE, and one is under Young Men Empowerment Forum as well. So look at those YouTube channels. They will help you as you embark on listening to us in this regard. May the good Lord bless you. Allow me to check out right here and say cheers for now.